Scorpio. So here is your short heads up video for the month of October with all the astrological energies and a tarot card for the month ahead, and that's for the sun in Scorpio or for the ascendant, also known as the rising sign. Scorpio, how are you doing? Because this Saturn-Uranus square has really been kind of just so frustrating for you in connection with home and family and significant relationships. I'm not going to go into depth about that here because I do have another video that will be up on my channel from the start of October about the energies in more depth for everybody. But let's start off by looking at Mercury. Because Mercury is retrograde, and it's been retrograde in the part of your chart, Virgo, that is to do with your kind of hopes and wishes and dreams. So it may be that there have been certain dreams that you thought, it's never going to happen. I might as well give up. So you may have been feeling a little bit, really quite fed up in some respects. But Mercury in Virgo is going direct on the 2nd and will soon move back into Libra, which is your 12th house. Now, that might sound like it's not okay, but actually it is, because even though the 12th house has its dark side, because it can be where we can feel a bit restricted and, like we have no choice. We have to go within. We have to look at the psyche within to make sense of our lives. It does go direct on the 2nd, so that issues for yourself, issues about you that you have had difficulty with this Mercury now progressing forwards in Libra. And also we've got the sun here, of course, and we have the lovely planet Venus that rules Libra. And Venus is all about relationship. This can be the relationship with yourself. This can be about how you value you. And I think with some inner reflection, maybe some of you have been seeking help from a counselor or reading some self-help books or just doing some good classic kind of navel picking and really looking at your side in the situations in your life that have been troublesome and not fulfilling. So that energy is really very helpful. Now, some of the other interesting energy is in the part of your chart that's to do with communication, Capricorn, because you've had Pluto here for 20 years at least. And it's been retrograde for the last few months. And so it's been making you go back over old ground, old conversations, repeating yourself, all about trying to get others to see what you're getting at, to see your point of view. And it has been immensely frustrating for you. But Pluto is going direct on the 8th. And next year, remember, it does dip its toes into your 4th house, Aquarius. And we'll have more about that next year, but this could see you relocating. And not only relocating from where you're living now to somewhere else, but it could see you changing countries. Mars, we need to look at Mars, which is in the part of your chart that is to do with joint resources, transformation, beginnings, endings. This is Gemini. Now, Mars is going to be here till next March, the end of next March 2023. Mars is going to go retrograde on the 30th of this month. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? I think it will be a helpful thing. I think it will help you slow down and look very seriously at joint finances, at anything you might want to get involved in terms of savings. We're all going through a very difficult and challenging economic picture at the moment. And you may be looking at ways to kind of cut corners and just save a bit, even though it seems like every cent is needed for every single bill. So this Mars in this part of your chart going retrograde may be quite helpful. I think also, if there's something that should have ended that hasn't, the retrograde Mars is saying, look, I'm retrograding till January the 12th. Put this to bed, finish it, end it. The other thing we've got going on this month is Saturn is going direct on the 23rd, finally, in the same part of your chart, Aquarius, which is your home and family. So any delays around property or where you live or your living space, maybe you've been thinking of moving and the right place just doesn't come up, whether you're buying or whether you're renting, but things will start to move forward towards the end of the month. And the other important energy to look at is Jupiter, our planet of luck, opportunity, and expansion, because it's been in Aries in the sector of your chart that is to do with your daily routine. And it's been a little bit stop-start, and you've had all these ideas about, stepping out bravely into a bold new world, and you keep getting a kind of stop sign. Well, Jupiter's going to retrograde back into Pisces on the 28th, and this will just bring you a little bit of kind of rest time and a chance to kind of kick back and have some fun with friends, which really can't be a bad thing. But let's have a look, Scorpio, at what your tarot card for the month ahead is. Now, as you know, I have no idea what is going to leap out at me. I just shuffle, and I think it must be that one. So I will put that down, and we will see what it is. So, okay, shall I tease you about this, or shall I show you? Well, actually, I think it's quite helpful. It's the Fool, but don't be mistaken or kind of put off by the fact that this is the Fool, because the Fool is not necessarily the Fool. The jesters and the jokers at the sort of the royal courts many hundreds of years ago were actually the ones that saw the truth and could say the truth and get away with it. So what do you need to say that certain people don't want to hear? But maybe you can actually say it in a way that it finally gets heard, if not by the person concerned, by people that are also aware of that person. The other energy with this card is, this is a really good month to start just taking some risks, just stepping out a bit. We have got the energy of some of the planets, Saturn and Pluto going direct. They're big, heavyweight planets, and Mercury going direct. So I think it's a month when you can start dipping your toes in the water, Scorpio, coming out from the dark and actually taking a few risks. There we go, Scorpio. So an interesting month ahead for you. So please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.